Happy Sunday and welcome to today's episode of More Than Just Task Management, your favorite daily podcast where we help you build a thriving business with me, Anna Angelova, a business coach and consultant, and my co-host, Jores Minusfand. Hey, Jores, good morning.
Good, good morning, Anna. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. And I would say let's just dive in because it's Sunday and it's day for resting. And if you are our regular listener, like you know that Sundays is when we kick off the new week by summarizing what we are doing throughout the week, Monday to Friday. So today we are sharing what you can expect for the next 5 days, and this gives you a chance to decide which episodes are actually interesting for you, like which topics are something that you really want to focus on right now. And this way, you know, oh, okay, Tuesday is a topic that I'm interested in, so I'll tune in on Tuesday. And you can put even a reminder for yourself, right? And because we know, like as business owners, there's so much on our plates, right? Like we have so many things going on, and like you might be even working 60, 80 hours a week, right? So it's really important to focus on what matters. And that's why we have these kickoff episodes every Sunday to help you decide which episodes are relevant for you right now. So
Mhm.
without further ado, we are kicking off the week with
Thriving business.
talking about where are we?
Monday, we're talking about
Monday. We're talking about health and wellness, but in what aspect? Let me see. Oh, the benefits of health and
self-leadership.
wellness. The
Yeah.
benefits of health wellness, right? This is what we're
Mhm.
talking about on Monday. And I know you're thinking, what health and wellness? Isn't this a thriving business, like the podcast that helps me build a business?
Mhm.
So yes, it is, and yes, the topic of our Monday is benefits of health and wellness. And here is the thing. We start the week, as you know, for our mm, leadership week, when we talk about empowered leadership, which is the theme for this week, we start the week with self-leadership. How do you lead yourself first? How do you grow personally first? And health and wellness are really, really important aspects of being a business owner, being a business leader. And they are important in general, but especially when you are a business leader, right? Because there's so much that depends on you. Even if you're a solopreneur, right? You still have your
Mhm.
clients, you still have your family, and so much really depends on you. And this is one area where we have mentioned things about it before, and you know that if you are a regular listener, you know that one of the things, especially Jores, is like he's so consistent with exercising every single, well, not every single day, but like Monday to Friday, let's say, like 4 or 5 days a week
Mhm.
exercising. And for him, this is the lifting weights. I
Mhm.
am a little bit less consistent with exercising, but I also do my best to move more. So tomorrow we are kicking off the week with a topic that, like, if you ask me
Mhm.
personally, you should be listening to, no matter where you are
Absolutely.
in your business. Yeah.
Yeah, I've gone to businesses. I've gone to spoken with uh, leaders where the person could not take a breath to speak a few words. The CEO was late 45 minutes to a meeting. There were 15 hours sitting in the boardroom waiting 45 minutes. And when he walked in for the first time, the guy could barely walk. It took him 20 minutes of that 45 minutes, but from him walking downstairs from the his car to the boardroom. And he was so unhealthy. He must have been in his maybe early 70s. He looked 150.
Uh,
And how do you lead? How do you walk into the room? How do you make people take unless you're leading? And I realized quickly within 15 minutes that person led by fear. Unless you lead by fear, how do you like? This is not a good example of. So it's when you take care of your health, you're you know you are the business, so the business becomes healthy. indirectly.
Oh yes, I love the connection you're making here. And tomorrow we'll be unpacking this. So as I said, this is an episode that definitely like professional, personal, expert advice. Tune in, tune in. No matter where you are with your business, no matter what kind of business you're running, even if you don't learn anything new, because ultimately this is one of the things that most of the time we just need to be reminded of something. So tune in tomorrow as we kick off the week with a focus on you and your health,
Your health.
your wellness, your well-being.
Mhm. Tuesday, we're talking about your. I know this is one of your passions, Anna. The conflicting ideas.
Yes, yes. So
Mm,
Tuesday, this is one of the like I really love problem solving, right? Like and both Joris, both of us, right? We are analytical people. Like we love puzzles and these kind of things. And
mm,
Tuesday, when our focus is so Tuesdays. With empowered leadership, our focus is on specifically holographic leadership, how you lead with your head, with your heart, and with your gut, right? And
mm,
this Tuesday, what we've decided is to talk about conflicting ideas. And this is one of the signs of some of the best leaders in the world. They can hold seemingly opposite ideas, right? Seemingly opposable ideas, and hold that dissonance, right? Where on one side you have one idea, on the other side you have something that's opposite, right? That
mm,
you can thinking that most people will be, oh, you can't have both. Like it's
mhm,
either or. The best leaders in the world and also those visionary companies, they don't have the either or thinking. They develop and thinking, A and B. And Tuesday we will be talking about how you can hold conflicting ideas in your mind and come up with solutions that are actually better than these conflicting ideas, how to resolve that tension and come up with a model or a solution that's actually better. So again,
mhm,
highly recommend to tune in for this one. And again, today we are giving you a chance to see what's coming up so you can decide. And yes, I'm biased, and we are all biased, right? I'm biased, and I think that every single topic here matters. And you should
mhm,
listen to every single episode, subscribe, and don't miss an episode. Don't break the
mhm.
chain, right? Listen to every single episode. But again,
We're
like,
passionate about our stuff, so.
of course, of course. See where you are again. See where you are with your business. But this one, I also think is relevant wherever you are, right? Wherever you are in your business, whatever you do, being able to have this kind of thinking where
Mm,
everyone else is either or, but you're like, stop for a second. There is an
mhm.
end. There is we can have the cake and eat it too. So
Yeah, and we'll use real life from real life examples to George Costanza's opposite day, where he woke up one day, he said, "Oh, I'm a loser. Everything that I've done all my life is gone bad. So every from now on, every single idea that comes to my mind, I'm gonna do the opposite." It's not exactly that, but it's anecdotal. But yeah, we'll talk about this on Tuesday.
yeah, so join us on Tuesday as we explore
Mhm,
this topic. And then Wednesday is for those of you who have like if you have a team, right? So if you have a team and especially if you are in the process of hiring or if you hire regularly or about to start hiring, this is an important topic. So the previous time, a month ago or so, when we were covering empowered leadership, we talked about recruiting. And what we want to
mhm,
focus this week on Wednesday is okay, now you have your person, right? Like you recruited. The next very important step is the process of onboarding. So what do you do
mhm,
when you have a new team member? So this is what we'll be covering on Wednesday, talking about how to welcome a new team member the right way.
And it's very important. We talked about this, you mentioned, Dana. We talked about you have to spend time, you have to put your mission vision in your hiring to find the right person that's a right fit. You spend all this time and money and effort to hiring the right person, but if the first experience, the first day, the first hour, the first week of them starting to work with your organization leaves a bitter taste, there is no turning back. You need to make it smooth. You need to make make their lives easier to start with your organization, especially the first few weeks. There is a lot of learning curve where they have to learn how you operate, who your customers are, what are your real values, how do you sell, how do you deliver. On top of that, if your onboarding process is painful, it's gonna leave a bad mark. So we'll talk about how to do this, how not to, when you find the right person, make sure you make them part of the team the right way so that they can be nurtured and built up. It's a
And
very important topic.
even when you think about like the new team members, right? How to welcome them the right way. Even here, going back to the opposing ideas that we will talk about on Tuesday, even in this case, if you think about it, you want to have a process that both welcomes the new person, a process that's easy and that helps them helps them really get into the team, but then also you want to have a process that at the same time challenges them, at the same time sets the pace for the future, right? So as I
It'll be
was
a very
saying,
interesting, very
uh,
interesting episode. You guys
it
really
will,
wanna,
it will.
yeah,
So
you want to really
especially,
watch.
yeah, especially again, if you have a team, if you're hiring or if you're about to start hiring, knowing how to welcome new team members, how to onboard people is really important. So join us on Wednesday, and
Mm.
then Thursday
It
is
gets even more interesting.
yeah, right.
I love this part.
And I know you're probably wondering how can it get more interesting. Well, for us everything gets more interesting.
Yeah,
So
and it's true.
yeah, it is true. It is true. So Thursday is all about cultivating a growth-oriented culture, and we're actually introducing something new, which we will be doing going forward. So we'll use the episode on Thursday to share, kind of review our learnings from a book called Everybody Matters by Bob Chapman, and we talk about
Brilliant book.
why everybody matters and how everybody matters and how you can build a culture where everybody matters.
And how
So
powerful it is.
yeah,
How
yeah.
powerful it is. The story of Bob Chapman and the company is like it will probably. I think it's gonna go like 2-3 hours on Thursday. So
No,
buckle
no,
up,
no. Don't worry,
buckle up.
no, no. It will be I'm assuming it will go probably to 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, buckle up because it's a really fascinating story. It's a really like a way that unfortunately very few owners, very few business leaders see the world and the workplace. And it's such a great example, though. Like at the same time, it's such a great example of what's possible
And a
and
lot
the
of
ripple
businesses,
effects it has.
yeah, and a lot of businesses they talk the talk. They everybody matters. We want a survey. We want to know what you think, but they do not implement. And then the next morning you get an email, oh, you have 2 days to this deadline and you need to do this. And well, now you have 2 hours to the deadline and you have to finish it before you even go and spend time with your children. And it's like, whoa. They don't even understand what everybody matters means.
Yeah,
And this book really, like this company, what they did with the company and how they went from the late 1800s to early 1900s to today. I think I heard Bob speak in 2022 or 2021. Mind blowing, mind blowing.
it is mind blowing. And when the like what you said, right, that a lot of companies say, "Oh, everybody matters," but it's not visible in their actions. just one example for that book. And like, if you want to hear more about it and how you can actually cultivate the same kind of culture in your business, like, definitely tune in on Thursday. But just one example where it shows that for Bob Chapman and their company, it's not just a nice slogan on the wall or something like this. So when 2020 happened, he actually put his own salary to zero.
Mhm.
He actually, Bob Chapman, he stepped up as a leader, as the example, where his own salary was zero. So they can keep as many people as possible working, even at reduced salaries,
Mhm.
and weather the storm together.
Mhm.
Think
And their
about
companies, yeah, yeah.
especially corporations. Like, last year, in my contract, ultimately two corporations fighting each other, like a big corporation and a medium-sized corporation, they threw us under the bus.
Mhm. Yeah.
They
We
lowered
all did.
our salaries, they lowered our rates, and they kept these rates lowered until I left end of February, right? Like, it was since
Mhm.
July last year. They lowered, and they came with the blame. They came with, oh, it's the other one's fault. They're not saying yes, and things like this. Completely opposite of what Bob Chapman shares, and how he and his team build those companies and the culture within them. And again, it's not just a pretty writing on a wall or somewhere in a document that no one reads.
Mhm.
It's really in the actions they take. And
And it,
again, just one example was that the zero salary. So whatever was allocated for his salary, for his pay, could actually go to others so they can keep as many people as possible employed
mhm.
while the companies was weathering the storm.
Yeah, and they did this repeatedly because it's not just the company is not just one company. The way they grow is they go out and I think they bought and grew what about 1,500 companies. I don't remember the exact numbers over the last 40, 50 years. And what they do, they go to small companies that are in trouble, they buy them, they make them part of them, and then they grow the business as part of their business. So it's a repeatable model. They've repeatedly implemented it and it's repeatedly turned around success. So again, this is going to be another one of 2.5, 3 hour sessions, but it's okay. it's, but the book itself is incredible. It's a must read for every business leader.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Completely
All right.
agree with this one.
So
So
we talked
tune
enough
in.
about this. Let's jump to Friday.
Yeah. So tune in on Thursday if you're interested in hearing more about Bob Chapman's story and more about how you can really build a culture that's growth oriented and a culture where everybody matters.
Yeah.
And
And then we may
Friday,
probably, yeah, we will probably spend a week down the road, further down the road. We may, depending on audience response, and we may spend the whole week on this one.
oh yeah, who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows?
this is one of those. I mean, once you understand it, once you realize the power, it's one of those secret boxes that you open and it just light comes out and yeah, amazing. All right, Friday.
Friday, we are closing the week with leading beyond the business, right? And what we will discuss on Friday is the signs of a good leader. And the thing is that, again, how you do one thing, I might have mentioned this, right? I can, this saying, you might have also heard it before as well, not just from me, but in general, that how you do one thing is how you do everything, right? So, and that's why you actually have some examples where, like, you read how some leaders, when they hire someone on purpose, for example, they drop a piece of garbage, like a piece of paper or something, on the floor, And when the candidate enters, they actually check and see, will this person pick up the, let's say, napkin or whatever it is and throw it in the garbage, or will they just go over it, not do anything about it? So Friday, we are talking about the science of a good leader, because when you are a good leader, it doesn't matter whether you are at work, leading your team, leading your business, whether you're at home, as a father, as a mother, as a spouse, even a daughter or a sister or a brother or a son, right? It doesn't matter whether you are in your community as a volunteer, member of the Chamber of Commerce, whatever it is. It doesn't matter where you are. These characteristics, these attributes, they shine, they show up wherever you are. So on Friday, we really want to focus on the science of a good leader, what it means to be a good leader, and how it impacts everything beyond the business, like your life, your community, even your country, if you think about it. So this is what we'll be closing the week with, the topic of what a good leader is.
Yeah, it's an action-packed week, value-packed week. So tune in. Make sure you, uh, like Anna said, pick and choose what you're looking for. If you have time, make sure this is a very, very interesting week. There's a lot of good content coming. Tune in every day, listen to us, download us. Uh, Even better, subscribe us so you see all of our podcasts. And yeah, we look forward to sharing our experiences, especially Thursday. No, I'm just kidding.
Thursday will be amazing, I know. And yeah, again, I highly recommend tuning in for every single episode, which means subscribe so you don't miss an episode.
Yep.
And this is why we are doing the episode today, though, right? So you can choose. And we completely understand that. Actually, I would encourage you to use today to think about your own leadership, how you show up as a leader, where you are, where your business is. Like really think about this, and then based on your reflection today, decide which episodes you actually want to listen to this week and when you will listen to them. Even imagine yourself thinking about, oh, you know what? I'm interested in the topic on Wednesday because I actually just hired someone. So I want to hear all about how to welcome them, how to onboard them. So I'm really interested in this episode. However, I will have time to um, I will have time to listen to this episode, let's say Friday afternoon, as I am walking the dog, for example, right? So even think about this when you will do this. Like, oh, this is the episode I'm interested in, and this is when I'll be listening to this episode. So
Absolutely.
highly
And
recommend take some time today to reflect and choose.
yeah, and as usual, we want to hear from you. If it's something that we didn't cover, tell us what else you cover. Like you said, Anna, I just hired someone. How can I A, B, C, and D? Ask us, message us, and even better, once you listen to our podcast, implement it and tell us about it. Did it work? Did it not work? What worked? What didn't work? We love to hear from you. We love to be get engaged. We don't want this to be this. Oh, we are retoward the experts who are coming in. We're telling you what to do. No, we are just sharing our experiences, and we love to hear from you. Did it work? Did it not work? Were we full of water? What like? Love to engage you guys.
Oh yeah, it's always nice to hear questions, any questions there are, and
Any feedback? Yes.
what's missing as well, right? Because
Yeah.
in some of the conversations, and again, like when you think about like having 20 minutes or 25, we started with the idea of having 10 minutes, but let's say having 25-minute conversations, sometimes we share high level, right? So that's why we are encouraging you, and especially again, as this is a relatively new podcast, it's your time to engage in a way where, like, when you say, oh, this is one thing I'm curious about, you talked about recruiting, and I really want to dive a little bit deeper into this conversation, like into this part of the recruiting process. we can allocate the next time we have the leadership theme. We can allocate specifically for that thing that you are interested in, right? So take advantage of everything that's here, and wishing you what a wonderful Sunday and the rest of the
Yep. And
day.
if you're in Ontario, wonderful long weekend. Tomorrow is also a day off for Canadians.
Yeah, a lot of small businesses are taking the day off, but then
Mm,
you might not be. So anyway,
We're not. We're not. So we're good.
yeah, we are doing some work, and even working with some of our our US clients, right? So
Mm,
yeah, definitely. And
All right.
we will see you bright and early tomorrow
Tomorrow morning.
morning as we kick off the week with the benefits of health and wellness. Make sure you tune in.
We will tune in for sure. I will tune in for sure.
Oh yeah, I need you to tune in. Like
Bye, Anna.
you are my expert. Okay.
Bye, Anna.
Bye, Jores. Bye.